Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. This is going to be a showcase video of some of the features that are provided in ABRP. The features I will not be showing off, as it's going to be a primary showcase of law enforcement features on the server, such as interiors, uniforms, etc. The features I will not be showing off is anything regarding the fire department and medical departments, because I'm not a part of those, don't have access to their vehicles, etc. But this is going off of a large amount of stuff that we have access to in ABRP, the server, and all of the stuff that we have gotten completed throughout the several months of its running. This is going to be an unedited video. The reason I'm doing that is my editing software just won't open. So I want to put out a showcase video, and I'm going to try to do this as the best that I can, but I can't edit it, which is annoying to say the least. Beyond all that, let's get into the video. So this is ABRP, a server I helped co-run with a group of friends, and this is just a sample of the amount of vehicles, which each vehicle is representing a division or a department that we have here on the server. And as you can tell, there's a lot of them. There's Blaine County Sheriff, Rockford Police, or Rockford Hills Police, Paleto Bay, Sandy Shores Police, Del Perro Police, U.S. Park Rangers, National Park Service, State Police, NOAA, San Andreas Rangers, San Andreas Game Warden, Marina Beach Police, Go Logo Railroad Police, Los Santos Motor Unit, our Tactical Division / Bomb Squad, and Corrections. And I am also proud to announce that most, if not all, including the uniform you see here, are customly made by our development team, along with these liveries. Some of these liveries being made by a contracted developer named Gaming Shark and Shark Designs. And some of these liveries are made by our own development team, and one of our co-owners named Sammy. She also made our lovely EUP completely and exclusively by herself. So with that being said, there's so many vehicles, there's so many divisions, there's so many uniforms that I need to get to, that we're just gonna hop right into it, and we're gonna do something that you might find funny but would be easier for me. We're gonna delete all those cars. You're like, oh, why are you doing that? Well, for starters, so I can simply show you each individual car as it is. So let's start with the emergency vehicles here and start with boats. First boat we have is a U.S. Coast Guard boat. And then the fire department also has a livery on this boat as a rescue boat. And then the NOAA also has a livery on this boat as well. Oops. Just gonna put that on. There we go. We're gonna get rid of this guy. Okay. Next is the medium-sized boat, which has Coast Guard as well. Then NOAA, and that's it. And then we have the small boat, which has Los Santos Police, and if you can't tell, on the front there it says Port Authority. So this is their Port Authority boat. Oops, didn't mean to delete it. And this has Game Warden as well, where there's the Game Warden seal and the San Andreas Game Warden. So there you go. So next vehicle we're going to have is the 2021 Tahoe, which I've already shown most of these lights and displays in a previous showcase, so I'm just going to be going over liveries. So we have the San Andreas State Police based off of Illinois. We have Los Santos Police based off of Ogden, Utah. These vehicles are stock with the update. This is our SWAT truck I just showed you, or SWAT equipment truck and bomb squad truck. Default livery, nothing really custom in there. This is the LSPD police bike. And we're always in development. We're not complete with the server and all of its assets yet. This is the 2009 Dodge Charger, and in this Charger it has a San Andreas State Police livery and a Los Santos based off of Ogden, Utah Metro Transit for the subway lines. Here's our 2010 Charger. State Police is normal. And then this is the Los Santos Pride livery, which State Police and LSPD both have Pride liveries. This is the 2013 Explorer, actually part of a different pack, but still has an N-Force light bar. This vehicle is, as you can tell, police, Go Logo Police, Railroad Police, and a contact number. Here's the 2014 Charger, which its primary livery here is Marina Beach, which is the small town in Roxwood, which we have the Roxwood update. This is a default livery, same here. And this is Roxwood County Sheriff livery as well, which I will go over the uniforms, but that will be later on in the video. Here's our 2015 Charger, which is State Police. And if you are guessing the pattern, LSPD. LSPD and State Police share a pack. Here's our 2019 Tahoe with that same other pack here. And this is our Tonga Tribe Tribal Police vehicle for Tribal Police. And then another livery on this as well, those are default, is Marina Beach's newer design, which Marina Beach is loosely based off of Seattle. I say loosely because it's just kind of an all-blue car, but since it is an all-blue car, it's loosely based off Seattle. Here is the F-250, which is San Andreas Game Warden, which is based off of the Ohio Game Warden vehicle, just painted green instead of black, and instead of it saying like state officer, it says Game Warden. Most of the themes of our departments are going to be Midwestern, with exceptions like LSPD. Most departments are going to have it. So this is the Colorado, which is, again, LSPD. Oop. And then State Police has their Pride livery onto the Colorado. Next is the Crown Victoria, which has a Roxwood Police Department vehicle livery here. So this is for Roxwood County, which again is that upper aerial territory. And then a old school Marina Beach looking livery. Here is our Durango, which has state police on it. I believe we actually have multiple Durangos. And then Los Santos Police. So each department is going to have a decent amount of vehicles. Here's the Ford Expedition. This currently only has one livery with Roxwood, and it'll eventually get a different one. There are also other agencies that I'm going to show off today that are going to be changed or get their own vehicles. We are always in development. So this is Roxwood County on the Expedition, which is not a bad car. Okay. Down the list, we are on Jeep, and this Jeep is LSPD's. And then we got the Commercial Vehicle Enforcement, which is the division of the State Police. One of many. State Police has a couple of divisions. This is the Silverado, and as you can tell, it has a Roxwood livery, or Roxwood County. And then we have the San Andreas Department of Natural Resources Rangers, which is basically park rangers for state parks. And this is based off of the DuPage County Forest Preserve Police. So it is, that is how that livery is there. And again, rest is default. So again, not all of our divisions have liveries or have been completed, but there's stuff like that. These are normal Roxwood vehicles. That's why they're labeled that way. Like this comes with the Roxwood update, one of many, which is a sheriff cruiser. This is the highway bike. Unfortunately, the lights broke on it, but so we're gonna have to find another one. But Highway Patrol has a bike. Okay, so let's get back into the Valor Pack. This is the Crown Victoria. Rotators, etc. And then State Police and Los Santos Police are on this guy. This is the 2012 Chevy Caprice, and we're going to have a Blaine County livery for Blaine County Sheriffs, which is based off of Franklin, Ohio. I think you could tell it's in the star. It's no big deal to us, but it is there. And then Sandy Shores, which is based off of the auxiliary divisions of New York. So like I said, there are some skins that stand out that are not based off of Midwest. Rockford Hills, which is based off of Chicago. This is the 2013 Explorer. And then we have a Blaine County livery. So I think what you're going to find is on this pack, besides the Crown Victoria, there's going to be a Blaine County livery on a decent amount of these vehicles. Not all of them, but most of them. Okay, Blaine County Sheriffs on the 2014 Charger. And this is the Valor Pack, so red and blues all set up like that. And then we have Paleto Bay Police, which is based off of I forget the county off the top of my head, but it's a sheriff's department in Florida. So like I said, there are some vehicles that stand out differently. And Paleto Bay Police is actually under Blaine County Sheriff's Office. Not that it necessarily matters. All of these agencies are accessible to people. You don't need to necessarily be a part of one. You can, but there's all of these. So this is the U.S. Park Rangers National Park Service livery on the truck. And then we also have a game warrant livery. This came before the other truck. So the green is slightly different, but it is a state game warrant livery as well. Here is another Rockford Hills police vehicle. This is on the 2014 or 13 Tahoe. And then we also have a Blaine County livery on this one as well. Next is 2016 Explorer, which we are going to have the Del Perro Police Department, which I believe is based off of Cincinnati, Ohio. And then the Blaine County Sheriff's livery as well. Next is the 2018 Charger, which has Blaine County, go figure, and Paleto Bay Police. Here is the 2018 Taurus, which has a Blaine County livery, and Sandy Shores Police. Next is a 2019 Tahoe, which has a Del Perro livery. So these small subdivisions, like, well, not subdivisions, little departments like Del Perro, Rockford Hills, Paleto Bay, Sandy Shores are only going to have 2 or 1 cars, similar to Railroad Police only having 1 car. And then here's the Blaine County livery of that. So the bigger the agency, the more vehicles they'll have access to. U.S. Park Rangers, or National Park Service's main patrol vehicle, being a Dodge Durango, which I based it off of, I didn't make the livery, but I based off them having Dodge Durangos off of the Philadelphia. I went to Philadelphia and the National Park Service had Durangos. So, and then Blaine County, of course. So that is the Durango. Next on the F-150, which is going to only have federal agencies on this. This is the NOAA, which is basically a commerce and fishery police agency. They also do a lot of stuff with the National Weather Service and Maritime Authority. They are not the Coast Guard, but they are still decently large to maritime law. So this is the NOAA's patrol vehicle. And then we have Fort Zancudo, Joint Base Fort Zancudo Police, which is going to be the Air Force Police. And again, I will show you EUP in a moment. Okay, that is all of the emergency vehicles I have here with me. There is so much more to come, so many more agencies that we need to complete. We are about a quarter way through the development of all of that. But with that being said, I want to go into the civilian vehicles and some civilian vehicles we have access to. Here we have a work truck with working lights and has a decent amount of equipment inside. Personally, I have this as a LS Transit utility vehicle. But, where is... It has equipment all up in there, like work equipment, etc. And this is a custom F-150. I don't think this side opens. There you go. Ton of equipment in there. So that is one of the civilian sections of it. Let's go down and I'll show you some others. These are the San Andreas Public Works vehicles, which have ambers and look pretty nice. This is the F-150, and this arrow does work. I believe I've shown it off in a different video, so I'm not going to go through that. But then there is the Tahoe for Public Works. And that's just one of many vehicles that we have access to. So if I go in here and saved vehicles, I'm going to have a ton of different custom vehicles. Here is the security pack for Valentine's Private Security, a company that we have. This is the Charger, Explorer, and Tahoe for that pack. So you got free security vehicles there. And again, it's one of many. We have custom vehicles galore, from old school vehicles like a 1940s four-door to an entire Vic pack. I'm not joking. Literally all just Crown Vics. And this is just a handful of them. This is not even all of the vehicles. Then we have replaced vehicles like this nice Cadillac. We have taxis, replace and otherwise. This is a Vic. And this is another replaced vehicle. So, and again, this is only just a handful of stuff we got. We also do have the latest updates, so we have all the various DLC vehicles and online update vehicles as well. There you go, another 1940s car. Ooh, this is the old school Caprice that we have as well. So we have plenty of vehicles that you have, trucks. This is stock, ironically, but we have plenty of vehicles here. Fox by Mustang, which is a replace actually. Retired police cars. You saw the Crown Vic version. This is the Charger, which sounds mean for no particular reason. And here's another Public Works vehicle, which is our snowplow vehicle. And it does have a custom state seal for San Andreas Department of Public Works. So, like I said, I could sit here all day and go over cars. We even have a jailbreak Dodge Charger, which this thing is incredibly fast. Goes about like 200, 250. But then you also have other vehicles, stock and otherwise, in here. It is quite the thing. Like, this is stock. But some of them are, we do have replaced vehicles, so that's why I'm supplying some of these in. Here's a truck, which I don't believe is replaced. I think it is just a normal. We have tow trucks as well. Here's a tow truck with working ambers. Here's a Dodge Ram, another truck. And again, we have so many custom vehicles, I can't show you them all in this one showcase. But I can at least show you a few of them. So here's the taxi, the replaced taxi. Okay, so those were the vehicles. There is a large amount of them. Like, I don't know what else to really say but that. Just a huge amount of vehicles here. And it took about 20 minutes to show you all the vehicles. So now we're going to get into the uniforms. And I'm just going to go down my list of what I got. So, U.S. Coast Guard. We have a custom camera, so I'm going to have to do this. Keep medium on so we can see the whole. So this is the U.S. Coast Guard. And it has custom for male and female. I'm not going to go through all of the different customizations you have, but we have duty belts, gun belts, and custom vests, and we're constantly working on EUP. This is the Paleto Bay uniform. That's our Class A. This is our Class B and Class C. that is Toledo Bay. This is one of our various SWAT combinations. The map is divided into the free counties of Roxwood, Los Santos, and Blaine County, and each division is going to have their own color schemes with custom SWAT uniforms. This is a division for the state police, which is the, and now I know it's hard to see the patch because of the zoomed out camera, but this is the protective detail, which is in charge of protecting political leaders in the state of San Andreas. So this is their uniform. Now we're going to go on to Rockford Hills Police, which is loosely based off of Chicago, with the city flag on one arm and then the patch on the other. We couldn't really get a custom patch that looks Chicago based, so we're using the default patch, but it is still Rockford Hills Police Department. Here is their Class A1, which is short sleeve with a tie. Here is their long sleeve and their short sleeve. So that is Rockford Hills Police. Next is Noose Police, which I neglected that vehicle, but I'll get to it. Noose Police here. This is their jacket version. Class A. Noose Police is pretty much federal police that protect federal buildings and services. Some of these agencies that you can go, they don't really do too much and are more fanfare for the server, but they do exist, and you can do them. How we have split up law enforcement is it's local, state, and federal. That is how it's run. So, although one person may do that, they might have multiple characters that run said agencies. This is Roxwood County Sheriff. We don't have a custom badge, so they're using the Los Santos County badge since we don't have Los Santos County Sheriff. This is Roxwood County Sheriff. Roxwood County Sheriff, which if you don't understand, Roxwood County Sheriff is based off of the Walking Dead Sheriff Cruiser, so the uniforms are also based in that as well. And then here's another look with a custom vest here too. So Roxwood here, and the last one. So that's Roxwood for you. Here's my Public Works character for the shits and giggles. Here you go. Okay, now we're going to go on to custom security uniforms. This is for Valentine Private Security. This is their winter gear. And they have unarmed and armed position. This is their armed division area patch here, which it says armed officer on. And then there's our standard patch. So that is, again, this is all custom. And then here is just the standard uniform, and then here's our Class A design. And that's fine. This is stock EUP, but LS Transit Maintenance, just they get a shout out because I'm going down the list. Okay, Game Warden, which is all customly made. It's going to be an all green uniform, and they actually have a custom badge. They're one of the only agencies in the server that has a custom badge. But all customly made Game Warden. Their Game Warden design. They also have custom hat and everything. So this is the state Game Warden uniform here, which is still pretty nice. And here's their hunting gear. Here. And then a polo setup here as well, which is actually stock, but it's fine. And then here is their more winter attire. And the custom rain jacket and winter jacket, which is stock, but it's there. Federal agencies like PIA are a thing. So here is my PIA character. So federal agents are a thing. That is a thing. Okay, now we're on to tribal police. They do not have a custom uniform yet. This is stock with the Bureau of Indian Affairs uniform. But they will probably eventually get one. And I don't need to go through all the different types, as it's a basic blue uniform. Next is MP. This is my civilian ranger character for the National Park Service. And that's the two versions of her. So that's the National Park Service's division. So this is the National Forest Service. Yes, there was not a vehicle for them, but the National Forest Service is also a thing in the server. We're basing it off of some signs that I'll show you later. Which this is the National Forest Service's uniform, which is pretty accurate to the color. And that's what you get. So, and you can see some custom duty belts in with this. That isn't the thing. This is Port Authority, which is all stock right now. So I'm going to kind of go over and kind of skip over the stock uniforms because they aren't really custom made too much, but they are here. LSPD. This is LSPD supervisor unit, as LSPD supervisors use white and low-ranking personnel. This is personally the deputy chief of LSPD, so there's her division. And she uses the more professional tied uniforms. But this is LSPD and what they're based off of. This is corrections. This is their armed unit, which is in green. And although this, again, is going to be stock uniform, we changed it by using the highway pants that fit with this for their standard corrections officer. And again, in our armed unit and the stocked unit. So they are still there. So this is one of my federal agents for FIB. I'll show her off a little bit. So, yep, FIB is a thing. Okay, next is going to be the railroad police, which are like, okay, why was there a brown car? Well, this is why. We based it off of a Midwestern sheriff similar to Wisconsin. So this is their uniform setup, and they have Class B and C as well. So they are looking fancy. Okay. 90 server is our 90 server, so we don't worry about that. This is the Metro Division or the Metro Transit Division. Their uniform is stock, but it still works out for what they're doing. So this is what they are. Okay, SAR. This is the State Park Rangers. I need to get rid of that shoulder flare. But this is the State Park Rangers and what their uniform is based off of, which again is based off of a police agency in Illinois. There you go. Yeah, I need to change that one. I did not realize that that one was there. There you go. Again, this is all customly made. Okay, this is my security leader character, and you'll see this is a normal security uniform shirt. This is just her, I guess, more flamboyant outfit. And then she also does have the arm division, which they have a custom hat, which is cool. So they do have a hat. And then you've already seen the uniform, but I might as well show it off real quick. And then here is the motor unit for State Police, which has a custom logo in it. They like putting custom logos in their uniform shirts, so they will have them. I've debated on doing other divisions with custom logos, but at the moment that's what we got. Okay, so now we're on to, this is my Roxwood Sheriff character, so pretty much still just Roxwood. Now we're on to military, and this is the civilian side of the Air Force Police, which is stock, but looks nice. And I'll just show two of them here. So there you go. Next is U.S. Marshals, which, now that I think of it, I also skipped the Border Patrol and U.S. Marshal vehicle, which I'll get to in a minute. And they also have a SWAT. Okay. This is another LSPD supervisor thing, but since we already went for that, I'm going to skip past that. Here is, oops, this is the wrong server. Blaine County Sheriff. There's Blaine County Sheriff for you. And then we also have formal wear for all these departments. So there is formal wear available for State Police, LSPD, and Blaine County Sheriff at the moment. Eventually, other departments will get it as well. 90 server. Here's Del Perro Police. Pretty simple. Pretty basic. Oop. This, I got a fixer duty belt, but that's a bomb squad uniform. Here's Sandy Shores Township Police, which, again, based off of New York. And it's all customly made. It's stock, but customs and Border Patrol, which there is a vehicle for Customs and Border Patrol. I just forgot to show it off. This is also Blaine County, which you've already seen, but I might as well show it off with their custom vest there. Okay, now we're on to another agency. Marina Beach, which is very shoulder flare in design due to it being a tourist town with the water park and all that. It's Marina Beach Police. Another version of it. And they actually have the word police on the back, which is cool. The third one. National Park Service. Which is not stock. They actually made it closer to the real agency by putting the buffalo on it. Did not mean to do that. I'm kind of ticked off that I did. So I'm going to start at the bottom and go up because I was far in. This is the enlisted member of the security forces of military police here. For Air Force. Okay. So then this is gang unit, which is a division in Los Santos. Which actually, it basically is the battle dress, but with the words gang unit on the back, and they do have a vest that also says gang unit the same way too. So, gang unit division is there, and they do have a vehicle, which I believe I forgot to show off as well. And also this character is also a part of the DOA. So this is, again, that agency also exists. Okay, this is NOAA. This is their standard uniform with a vest. This is their boat uniform. Boat Class B. And then their Class B in general. And a Class A as well. So then this is a state police character as well. So this is state police. State police, if you haven't noticed, only has a tie uniform. They're more professional, so there you go. And this is going to be changed, but this is the airport police, which again don't have vehicles yet, but they will. There you go. Another one. And here's the formal wear for my state police character that I was running. And here's her. So I do... Okay, here's LSPD's standard police uniform. Ignoring the headdress on the character. This is their standard uniform. And our version of it. She does not wear short sleeves, but there is a short sleeve version of that as well. Okay, National Park Service. This is a search and rescue shirt. Polo. And then various division aerial uniforms. Which, that has come full circle. And then we also have the U.S. Fish and Wildlife, which again don't have vehicles yet, but they will. Okay, with that being said, I want to go over some of the vehicles I missed and some of the features such as interiors and other various additions into the server. So I'm going to go over the vehicles I missed real quick. Okay, this is the U.S. Marshals truck, and it also has a Border Patrol livery, which this top can come off. I'm not going to go for the extras, so I'm just showing off the vehicle because I missed it. And then with that, we're going to go this. We do have some replace vehicles. The lights do not work on it. It's not the same vehicle I showed you, but they will spawn on the map, so you can never tell if it's a cop or not. Same with this guy. Again, it's the same cars I just showed off. This is our stock skin for State Police until we get our bike. It has our old livery design. Maverick also has a trooper livery. It's pretty basic. This is the custom Rangers for the Ranger truck. That came out nice. This was before we had that truck that I showed you. This is the immigration vehicle. And then this is News Police. So eventually they might have custom cars that are not stock vehicles, but there are some that just use a stock vehicle because they aren't really utilized too much. So those are the vehicles. So, that being said, I want to show you a few new features inside our server, which there's a decent amount. For starters, the roadway. We have a thing called LA Roads, which makes roads custom all across the entire map, including Roxwood, because they use the same roads and mileage there. Second, we have interiors. We have plenty of roleplay art interiors throughout the entire map. And I'm just going to show you a handful of interiors that we have briefly. And if you want to experience them more, join the server, apply today, and you can experience the interiors. But we have that. We also have camera mode, which this. We have a full-on custom camera thing. I have it set up. I'm going to set this back up with chase cams, helmet cams. This is like a body camera setup, and then we have the same within vehicles. So that's a whole script that we literally just added last night. So this is prison, little visitation area, and then again I'm going to quickly just briefly go over some of these interiors. Not extensively, because if you really want to look at them, join the server. Even if you just join the server, apply, get in, and don't like what you see and leave, that's fine. So this is the prison interior for the cell block. It also has a cafeteria, so just a little snippet of that. That being said, we have custom interiors in all of the police departments I have. There are plenty of police stations that you could use. This is Sandy Shores, just not default, with a cell bay, locker room, oh, armory, then locker room, then a little office area, etc. We have some custom stuff over here with an LTD, which is pretty much default, and a repair station at Sandy Shores gas station. But not limited to it, we have a custom hotel, which is no interior, but makes it look a bit cleaner. But not to be strifled, but we also have gang areas and stuff you can use. I don't want to die. My character won't reset. There we go. Like this particular place. And they are scattered throughout the map, but there's just one of them. It's a drug lab. Money laundering operation here. Little office here. And then a drug lab over here. So there is a decent amount of illegal areas that can be had, such as drug labs, etc., in that mine. So this is just one of many. This building over here is technically a gang hideout, but it's currently being used as a makeshift police station for tribal police. So it has cells and other various stuff like a storage room. So that is a thing. So yeah. And like I said, we have the full extent of Roxwood. So we're going to go up there. I'm just going to pan over. I'm not going to go into any interiors, etc. Because if a server... Ooh, am I going to crash? Yeah, I'm going to crash. Ooh, that's a little annoying. Well, with that being said, this is only going to be a taste of what we have. I've shown off our EUP. I've shown off our design. I've shown off a few of the interiors throughout the map, but we have all types of stuff. We have the rags to riches with the developers that made Roxwood, and we have all of Roxwood, up to the most recent update of Roxwood. We have the rags to riches, so we have the mile high and all those etc. services. We have a train script that has trains going around. We have 5 PD that do AI related activities as police and fire. And we have civs and plenty of other civs to do. Like I said, there's public works, which are a more passive thing, but you could also do a more aggressive thing like drugs, etc. with all the different drug labs, which I believe we have like 7 across the entire map. All different things. We have teleport points to get into default interiors and online interiors, such as houses and apartments. We have interiors inside houses in Mira Park. We have all types of stuff that you can have access to, and all types of different law enforcement agencies that you would like to do. If you want to be railroad police one day and stop a train hijacking, you can do that. If you want to be a park ranger and patrol the forest of San Andreas, you can do that as well. And there is so many different options that I do believe that if there's something you'd like to do, there is something here for you. There's custom stuff in there, and we are constantly trying to finish our long list of stuff that we need to complete. So if you are ever interested in joining, please join the server. I will leave a link to our Discord in the description. Fill out an application and join. I know applications are sometimes scary, but it really isn't that hard. It's a few questions, and there is no wrong answers. We just would like a decent effort from you. Have a wonderful day. Sorry for the technical issues. Sorry that I can't edit this. And I do hope that you do consider joining ABRP.